Hello, lovely oil campers. This evening, I wanted to share with you a really simple DIY, let's call it a first aid kit. Um, I'm a mom, and I know I have always got on me, and had always on me just all sorts of stuff, ointments and band-aids and wipes and all that jazz. And you're prepared for anything, right? So this is sort of like that, but a bit more of an up-leveled version, and something that will simply prepare you, for most things that arise. So like I said, super simple. And there's a few ways you can do this. I have a bit of a problem. We'll just leave it at that. And I always have this with me. It fits like a bajillion oils, and it's chocked full. So I've got pretty much the entire touch kit in here. I've got beadlets and ointment and all the things, but this is a bit excessive. I'm of the frame of mind where you can't have too many oils, because you never know when you might need emotional support, or somebody might, you know what I mean. I can't leave home without this. It's pretty funny. So anyways, I wanted to show you more of a pared down, simpler version of that, because y'all don't have to be as crazy as that to be prepared with natural, amazing stuff to take care of all the situations that arise. So there's a couple ways you can do it. A really simple one is to go into your back office and order yourself this, I think it's like $8 or something, travel keychain. So it's this little doTERRA not canvas, like backpack material keychain. It's got a little carabiner on it, so you can clip it wherever you want. It holds eight drams. It comes with eight 5/8 drams. And so what you can do is, I would probably pick 8 oils from the top 10. So let's just say frankincense, lavender, tea tree, On Guard, Easy Air, lavender, and frankincense. Let's just say that that's not 8, but whatever. You get what I'm saying. You pick the 8. I really think focusing on tea tree, Zengest, and even just lavender would be awesome. But fill it up with, maybe 20 drops of oil, and then top it with fractionated coconut oil, so it's diluted and safe for use on all ages. And this is a really simple way to use this. Personally, I've tried this, and I don't love the sample drams, simply because I just love the ease of using a roller ball. I do know lots of people that carry around several of these, and they love those. So, play around with it and see what you like. I had to dig this out of a drawer because I'm not really using it anymore. So, but it is super handy, especially when you're just starting out. So you could do this, and those 8 oils would honestly be more than enough to take care of all those situations that I'm going to talk about in a second. The alternative, and this is sort of what I do, is I have, I'll show you what I have. I have that case, but again, it's full of other things as well. You could just grab like a little bag like this, or, the container really doesn't matter, as long as it's convenient and easier for you to throw in a bag or throw in the car so that you have it at all times. Here is what my top picks are for a really simple kind of catch-all case. Peppermint beadlets. These bad boys are so awesome. They're tiny little, I'll show you. They're tiny little, they kind of look like a homeopathic Pastille, I think they're called. They're just tiny little, I don't even know if you can see it, but it's about 1/4 of a drop in each little beadlet. And they're just really great for freshening breath. If you've got nausea, if you come across tension, or if somebody's running a fever all of a sudden, you would either take it internally, like if you're just trying to freshen breath or address some nausea, or you can pop it and address any tension. Sunburns as well, like peppermint and lavender are really good for sunburns. So this is like a seasonal must-have. It's also a nice energy boost. Awesome. Love it. I've got these all over the house because they're just so good. So peppermint beadlets for sure go in the bag. On guard beadlets as well. I love having those. Same format. You can just pop it into your mouth. Super great for traveling, for having when you're out and about, because germs, you know, and if you're sitting beside somebody who's hacking their brains out, it just feels nice to be able to pop something into your mouth really discreetly and fast and have that extra boost. It's also really great if you have a sore throat that suddenly comes on, because it's got the clove in it. It's really great to help just kind of numb any pain that you're feeling. I don't have the On Guard beadlets with me because my husband took them on his trip, his work trip. So he stole those from me. But I'm glad he took them because I don't want him to come home sick. And then the other things that I always have for sure on hand is Tea Tree Touch, Zengest Touch, and Lavender Touch. Now these three are just so versatile. Lavender is pretty much good for anything. Skin related, bug bites, rashes, bee stings, sunburns, calming. Tea tree is just a really great disinfectant, so scrapes, cuts, the whole 9 yards. And then Zengest, again, any sort of sudden stomach issues that may arise, car sickness, nausea, these three are going to be really, really helpful. Pre-diluted, super easy touch. Here, I'm going to show you one of the new stainless steel ones because they're so nice. Of course, none of these are the stainless steel rollers, but anyways, easy to apply, pre-diluted, so really simple. If you don't have these touch roller balls, you can really easily make up your own roller ball. So you just get an empty one from one of the essential oil supply places. I get mine from Voyager Soap and Candle in BC. Really nice small business. They've got great stuff at a good price. You can also get them from My Essential Business. I've heard of people ordering them on Amazon as well. I'll put a couple links below this video so that you guys have some options. But all you would do is take a roller ball, add some of the oil from your bottle, like the 5 or 15 ml bottle, and then top with fractionated coconut oil. If you want it to be a safe dilution for all ages, I would be comfortable recommending somewhere between 5 and 10 drops in this roller ball, topped with fractionated coconut oil. I would probably do 10 drops because chances are, excuse me, when you're using them, you're going to want a bit of a therapeutic result, like AKA a scrape on a playground. You're going to want the cleansing, so a little bit of stronger of a dilution will be beneficial. So I would probably do 10 drops myself, top with fractionated coconut oil, and then chuck them in a bag. Really easy. Use those little stickers that came in your welcome pack, label them all, chuck them in the bag. The next thing that I always like to have on me is a few Deep Blue samples, because it's much more convenient than carrying around that whole tube. And you just never know when you might need it, say you're playing your extracurricular activity sport and you like hurt yourself, or you're going to work out and you're a bit stiff before you even start working out. Applying this rub beforehand will be super beneficial to your body. It will love you. And just having these little single-use samples is awesome. Also, you're going to be smelling like amazingness, and people are going to want to know what's going on. So you can easily share these with your friends. So that I like these. These are available in the US. Just type in Deep Blue in the search tab and the options will come up. About 10 in a box, and they're really awesome to have on hand. The other thing that I really think everybody should get is this CorrectX ointment. Now this is going to replace like a polysporin type product, which is full of chemicals and nasty business, petroleum, all that jazz, like dropsies. This is not. This is super clean, really super nourishing. It's got frankincense, helichrysum, cedarwood, melaleuca, and lavender. So good for your skin, and the healing time is off the hook. So, this, in any situation that you would use like a polysporin or an ointment, use this. Couple of other hacks for this stuff, and I always have a couple of tubes in the house. I keep one in the fridge. Using it under your eyes when it's cold really helps kind of like tighten and tone the under eye skin. Also, really chapped lips or any other kind of really dry skin, this stuff is super great for it. Yeah, it's a must-have in this house. Okay, so another thing that I've just recently added, this will be available October 2nd, is this see, like Butterfingers, holy crap. On Guard sanitizing spray. This stuff is so good, and it has been proven to kill 99.9% of bacteria, germs that it comes into contact with. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. And none of the nasty chemicals that you would encounter with a traditional bacterial hand sanitizer product. This is just the On Guard blend with some alcohol. So super awesome, and really quite affordable too. So that will go in here as well. And then there's a few other extra things. I mean, if this is all you had, you would be totally covered in pretty much all situations. Throw some Band-Aids in there, and you're good to go. I like to have a couple of other things, just because, I love oils and I like to be prepared. Helichrysum. This is an oil that I honestly think everybody should have. It's an investment, so I always encourage people to save up their loyalty rewards loyalty rewards points to get helichrysum, or just invest, because this oil is so good for anything to do with wounds, healing, skin, pain. I use it nightly. I have tinnitus. I'm starting to get tinnitus, and I use a blend with helichrysum in it, and it really, really helps to calm it down. It also, and in, this is directly applicable to the application I'm talking about today. It is amazing for wounds. It acts as a coagulant. So if you have, you're out with your kids and there's a bit of an accident and they've got some sort of wound that's bleeding, applying helichrysum neat to that wound will really help seal it up and stop the bleeding. Now, obviously, use your common sense. If there's a big gash, gaping wound, you're going to want to get that taken care of. This is not a magic bullet. But for example, my son tripped in the living room, and I don't know how he managed it, but he tripped and he hit his eyebrow on our armchair and found the only spot on this chair that was sharp enough on the chair, go figure, to cut his eyebrow. And I didn't know at first, stitches, not stitches. So I applied Helichrysum Neat, which I just dropped because of my butterfingers. And it really sealed, it really stopped the bleeding. It was actually quite amazing. By the time we got to the hospital and to see the doctor, he was like, oh, wow, it's really closed up quite nicely. So they were able to just glue it instead of stitch it. So that was pretty fantastic. So Helichrysum, amazing, for all sort of manner of things to do with the skin and wounds and pain. The other thing that I would suggest is taking your On Guard Cleaner Concentrate. If you don't have this, definitely invest in this. I think it's about $15 or so. And this will make, if you just use it for multi-purpose cleaners, it will make at least 12 bottles of multi-purpose cleaner. It's an amazing stain remover. So what I like to do is take a roller ball, fill it up with the cleaner concentrate, and have it on hand. Not that stains are necessarily an emergency, but you know, things happen, and sometimes they happen on new shirts or whatever, or you know, in that last scenario where there was blood, you might want to get on top of that, right? So you just roll it over the stain and let it soak in a little bit, and watch the magic happen. So that is something I would definitely add. And then you can throw in Band-Aids and gauze, like I mentioned, and you have yourself covered. And it's completely natural, very supportive to the body, and you know, you can feel confident that you're prepared for all the things to happen. So yeah. So anyways, I hope you found this enjoyable and informative, and I can't wait to see your own first aid kit creations. Now, feel free to get creative and add your own items that you feel like you would need for your own situation, because this is your journey and these are your tools. So, you know, if you want to add some extra stuff, totally feel free. Yeah, have a good night, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.